I've always felt I wanted to be different from everybody else. I wanted to have a different life, and often this has created conflicts between me and my parents, me and other family members. What they wanted me to do with my life was not what I was trying to do with my life. I didn't want to go to school, to university like they wanted me to. I didn't want to go get jobs like they wanted me to. I wanted to be a freelancer. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to do a lot of these different things that they didn't want me to. And I think when it comes to your parents, oftentimes they're going to be more willing to confront you directly and create that confrontation. But when it comes to other family members and friends, it can hurt just as much, because you end up in these situations where you're just talking either about your project, you're passionate, or about other things, and they start making these comments that feel like passive aggressive, that they don't confront you directly, but they kind of imply that you're doing the wrong thing, or that you're not being successful, or that you're going to soon realize that what you're doing is not good, and then you're going to go on the right path of getting a job, going to college, and doing all these things. And whenever people do that, I feel like they're not aggressive enough for me to feel like I need to confront them on this moment. So I don't talk about it. The comment just passes, it gets ignored. But what happens after that is, every time for me, you get back home, you get into the shower, and you start thinking about it. You start being angry. You start kind of arguing with the version of them that you have in your mind. You start trying to go to sleep, and it prevents you from sleeping as fast, because you're just trying to argue with them in your mind again. If you're experiencing this, what I can tell you is that eventually, if you're working hard and if you've chosen the right path, things will work right for you. For me, my parents, my friends, they were confronting me directly or passive aggressively for years. Even when I started making money with my first businesses, when you start out, maybe you made $3, maybe you made $15 in your first month, and you're so excited about it, and they tell you it's not real money. And for me, I've experienced this all the way up until I was really making a respectable amount of money, to the point where it was not possible for them to argue that I should have been in college, or that I wasn't successful. And eventually I learned to just ignore their comments. You develop thick skin over time. And over time, all their comments, their confrontations hurt you less. But the good news is that it's temporary. At some point, if you work hard, if you have a good plan, things are going to turn out good for you. And then they're going to respect you again. I believe part of it is that they want the best for you, and they feel like you're heading in the wrong path. So, you can't be angry at them for trying to get you to a better place. And the funny thing is that naturally you're sort of going to get kind of your revenge, because in my experience, a lot of people who were telling me I shouldn't be doing that, right now they're telling me that they wish that they had started their own business, that they did the same thing that I was. I don't know if you've heard about this, but crabs in the bucket. If you put crabs in a bucket, some of them will try to climb outside the bucket if there's no lid on it. And once one gets really close to the top, the other crabs start grabbing their legs and pulling them back. Different career opportunities, whether it's starting a YouTube channel, becoming an entrepreneur, these are the sort of things that a lot of people around you are dreaming of. And I feel they just don't have the courage to do it. Even when I started my first businesses, I was talking to people, and they were trying to tell me not to do it. But part of you feels like part of them wants to do the same thing you do, but they lack the confidence. And I feel like subconsciously, by telling you not to do it, or by convincing you not to do it, that allows them to feel better about themselves, because it protects them from seeing you succeed, doing the things that they wish they had been doing. And it's kind of nasty. It's not like a kind thing for them to do, but I feel like they do it subconsciously, so you can't really be angry at them for that. But just understand that if they tell you not to do something, that it's a bad plan, in my experience, maybe that's the exact thing that they wish they were doing right now. If you really feel like this is what you want to do, if you can see yourself being more happy going through this path, like God has given you this vision, just follow it. It's not their path, it's not their life, it's your life. And in my experience, once you do get successful, they stop complaining, they start being kind people again. And not only that, you start getting their fucking admiration. So develop thick skin, endure the pain while it lasts, and after that, it's gonna get better.